Thank you, Alaska and Corla. The British Government's Northern Ireland Troubles Legacy Bill is an absolutely deplorable piece of legislation. Yesterday, most regrettably, this bill was passed in the House of Lords and returned to the Commons with amendments. The only suitable amendment to this reprehensible legislation would be to withdraw it in its entirety. This bill, as proposed, would give murderers and perpetrators of other heinous crimes literally the right to give themselves an amnesty for such misdemeanours. That would suit criminals belonging to the British state forces and to paramilitary organisations. In any democratic society, this should not be acceptable. Our total opposition to this bill must be outlined repeatedly to the British Prime Minister and his government. Dealing properly with the legacy of the past is very important, and families who have campaigned with such grace and dignity over decades cannot be abandoned through the implementation of such legislation. Taoiseach, I would repeat again, the closing off access to inquest, police ombudsman investigation, civil cases and police investigations simply must not happen. Thank you, Ceann Comhairle.
I just want to thank Deputy Smith for raising the issue of the Northern Ireland Legacy Bill again and for very much keeping it on the agenda of the Government and this House. The Government has consistently said that this bill is not fit for purpose in its entirety. We remain deeply concerned about the shutting down of all other avenues to truth and justice, including inquests, police investigations, ombudsman investigations, as well as civil cases, as the Deputy outlined. I've raised the issue with Prime Minister Sunak at every available opportunity, as has the Taoiseach with his counterparts. The Government's firm view is that any way forward on legacy must be based on human rights, in particular the European Convention on Human Rights, with victims at its centre, and ideally the agreement of the five main parties in Northern Ireland.
Deputy Healy-Rae.